गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandatpranam. Hare Krishna devotees, anybody would like to read the Mangalacharan? Okay, I can read. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadadi Snapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganalav Gunatanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna devotees and Krishna Shri Prabhupada. So I think today we have to read 52. Anybody would like to recite? I can first recite once and we can take turns. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sududarshanam idam rupam Drastvānasiyan mama Devepyasya rupasya nityam darshana kankshina. Okay. Couple of more devotees can recite. Anybody would like to?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I would like to read. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Shudurdarsham idam rupam Drishtavanasi mama Deva apyasya rupasya Nityam darshana kankshina. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else would like to try?
I can try.
Yeah, please.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sudurdarsham idam rupam Drastvan asiyan mama Deva api asya rupasya Nityam darshana kankshinaha.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else would like to try?
I can try, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sudurdarshamidam rupam Drishtvanasi yanmama Deva apyasya rupasya Nityam darshana kankshinaha. Hare Krishna.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else would like to try? If not, we can move to the synonyms and the translation. Anybody would like to read the synonyms and the translation?
I can read.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Person of Godhead said, Sudurdasanam, dasam, very difficult to see. Idam, this. Rupam, form. Dristavan, asi, as you have seen. Yeah. Yeah, which. Mama of mine. Deva, the demigods. Api, also. Hasya, this. Rupasya, form. Nityam, eternally. Darshana, Kankshana, aspiring to see. Translation. The Supreme Person of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody would like to read the purport?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Yeah,
I can
please,
go
Mataji.
fast part. It's a big purport, no, Prabhuji?
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. In the 48th verse of this chapter, Lord Krishna concluded revealing his universal form and informed Arjuna that this form is not possible to be seen by so many pious activities, sacrifices, etc. Now here the word Shudurdarsham is used, indicating that Krishna's two-handed form is still more confidential. One may be able to see the universal form of Krishna by adding a little tinge of devotional service to various activities like penances, Vedic study, and philosophical speculations. It may be possible, but without a tinge of bhakti, one cannot see. That has already been explained. Still, beyond that universal form, the form of Krishna with two hands is still more difficult to see, even for demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva. They desire to see him, and we have evidence in the Srimad Bhagavatam that when he was supposed to be in the womb of his mother, Devaki, all the demigods from heaven came to see the marvel of Krishna, and they offered nice prayers to the Lord, although he was not at that time visible to them. They waited to see him. A foolish person may deride him, thinking him an ordinary person, and may offer respect not to him, but to the impersonal something within him. But these are all nonsensical postures. Krishna in his two-armed form is actually desired to be seen by demigods like Brahma and Shiva.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. Would like to add anything here or will?
I can add what.
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
So here Prabhupada is emphasizing this point that Krishna's this two-handed form is not an ordinary form, not at all ordinary form, but it's a very confidential, very special form, and this devotee only can see that form because they have the bhakti. So that is the criteria. Bhakti is very important for the devotees. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva has to wait to see the form of Lord Krishna when he was in the womb of Mother Devaki, so in Mathura. So it's a very unique and confidential that Prabhupada is explaining this universal form. I'm sorry, in the 200 form, and it's still beyond that universal form. The form of Krishna with two-handed is still more difficult to see. So what Prabhupada is telling is that the universal form still, the other Mayavadis, other people can see the universal form, but this 200 form needs a devotional service, and that is very important. But for the universal form, they can, the other people who can see, who have penances, Vedic study, philosophical speculation, but it's not really needed to have bhakti to see the universal form. But 200 form to see that, bhakti is needed. So, and that's why demigods are also waited for Krishnas to see that 200 form. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody would like to add anything before we move to the next paragraph? Okay. Anybody would like to read the next paragraph?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
In Bhagavad Gita 9.11, it is also confirmed Avajnanti mam mudha manusim tanum ashritam. He is not visible to the foolish persons who deride him. Krishna's body, as confirmed by Brahma Samhita and confirmed by Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita, is completely spiritual and full of bliss and eternality. His body is never like a material body. But for some who make a study of Krishna by reading Bhagavad Gita or similar Vedic scriptures, Krishna is a problem. For one using a material process, Krishna is considered to be a great historical personality and very learned philosopher. But he is an ordinary man, and even though he was so powerful, he had to accept a material body. Ultimately, they think that the absolute truth is impersonal. Therefore, they think they think that from his impersonal feature, he assumed a personal feature attached to material nature. This is a materialistic calculation of the Supreme Lord. Another calculation is speculative. Those who are in search of knowledge also speculate on Krishna and consider him to be less important than the universal form of the Supreme. Thus, some think that the universal form of Krishna, which was manifested to Arjun, is more important than his personal form. According to them, the personal form of Supreme is something imaginary. They believe that in the ultimate issue, the absolute truth is not a person, but the transcendental process is described in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 to hear about Krishna from authorities. That is the actual Vedic process, and those who are actually in the Vedic line hear about Krishna from authority, and by repeated hearing about him, Krishna becomes dear. As we have several times discussed, Krishna is covered by his Yoga Maya potency. He is not to be seen or revealed to anyone and everyone. Only by one to whom he reveals himself can he be seen. This is confirmed in the Vedic literature. For one who is a surrendered soul, the absolute truth can actually be understood. The transcendentalist, by continuous Krishna consciousness and by devotional service to Krishna, can have his spiritual eyes opened and can see Krishna by revelation. Such a revelation is not possible even for the demigods. Therefore, it is difficult even for the demigods to understand Krishna, and the advanced demigods are always in hope of seeing Krishna in his two handed form. The conclusion is that although to see the universal form of Krishna is very, very difficult and not possible for anyone and everyone, it is still more difficult to understand his personal form as Sham Sundaram. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, from what I'm understanding from here, Prabhupada is explaining that basically, like Bhashti Mataji explained before, that the because of misunderstanding, some people think that Krishna is an ordinary person, but with more skill and more power than ordinary men. But uh, he's an above average person, but they don't understand that he's actually the ultimate, the supreme personality of Godhead. They don't believe that. And then there are other people who think that he is not a person. Krishna is just he's impersonal, and that two-handed form is an imaginary version that people think up, but they don't really understand that this two-handed form cannot be seen by any other process other than by bhakti, and that actually comes by hearing about Krishna again and again and again from authoritative sources. And through that hearing process, then Krishna becomes dear to that person who's hearing, that devotee. And then through that process, when Krishna wants to reveal himself, then they can see that two-handed form. And it is more confidential than the four-handed form that can be seen by the Mayavadis, by other process also other than bhakti. But the two-handed form is only visible through the bhakti process. I understood this much, Prabhuji. If you can explain more. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Wonderful explanation. Anybody would like to add anything? So, one of the very important shlokas have been discussed here.
I can try.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Uh, yeah, so there are a lot of points in this purport, and Prabhupada is explaining how for the devotees they clearly understand that Krishna has a spiritual form. He's a two-handed Shamsundar form, so they know that. And we also read previously that that Krishna in the spiritual form, the effulgence that we see or the Brahman is actually emanating from the source, which is Krishna, and Paramatma in our heart is also from Krishna. Now the devotees know that, but then there are others, foolish people, using materialistic type of thinking, which is more what is mentioned here, material process. They just consider him to be, like Mataji already explained, like some kind of a historical personality and learned personality, a learned philosopher. But 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 what they don't realize that what when Krishna was in Vrindavan or Goloka Vrindavan, uh, he he was considered to be an ordinary man. But there were those who knew him, that like Arjuna, not Arjuna, but others, uh, who knew uh, who he really was, all the gopis and so on. So it's a question of how we perceive. If we have the bhakti, then we can understand over, who Krishna is. If we don't, if we are atheists or covered by Mahamaya, then of course we don't understand Krishna. He's just an ordinary man. Uh, and Krishna is not going to reveal himself that easily. As you stated here, it's very hard, extremely hard. We are all covered by that Mahamaya, and those who can break that thick shell of Mahamaya only through bhakti can then slowly elevate themselves and uh, and see if they can get the darshan of the Shams on the form. After all, when Krishna was born to Mother Devaki, all the demigods and everyone knew that it was an auspicious moment and the Supreme Lord was going to arrive on the earth. So they were anxious to see him, but it wasn't to be. So even though they were all ready to see him, they still couldn't see him. So and the most advanced of the demigods, Shiva and Brahma, are always hankering to see the Lord in his two-handed form. Uh, yeah, those are some of the points. There's several more here. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderfully explained. Anyone else would like to add anything? We can discuss. So here the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, this form of mine," which form? The two-handed form of mine, "you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking this opportunity." So earlier, we read that in fact, the universal form is also not ordinary, but it is still possible by doing, regular, like universal form may be seen by the tinge of bhakti, even, activities like Vedas, Gnana, penances, Vedic study, Gnana Yoga, all this, it is still possible to see, but Krishna's two-handed form is still more difficult. Even the demigods like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, all of them are eager to see this two-handed form, or in fact, even the four-handed form of Narayan also. It is very difficult. In fact, His Grace Amarendra Prabhu has a very nice, in Tirupati Balaji, generally, the darshan starts very early, like 3 a.m., sometimes 2 a.m. And by the time it ends, it's almost like 10 p.m. Only 3 or 4 hours is there for the Lord to take rest. Even in that 3, 4 hours, there are, hundreds and thousands of demigods who come there to take darshan. Even the same with Lord Jagannath also. So, the Lord is, it is that difficult even for a demigods. So, and Lord Krishna says that, 9:11, which is also very famous verse, where Jananti ma moda manushim tanumashritam aham param bhava majananto mama bhutva maheshwaram. So, the ordinary people, when they see the two-handed form of, Lord Krishna, they think that, oh, it's an ordinary form. And they think that, the personality of God who conducts the creation, maintenance, annihilation, the complete manifestation cannot be a human being. So they get bewildered. They think that, oh, okay, Lord Krishna, okay, he has two hands, I have two hands. I have two legs, he has two legs. So they think, but they cannot see the supernatural, pastimes, leelas that Lord Krishna, yet they are very, and this Lord Krishna says that there are many foolish men who consider Krishna to be merely a powerful man and nothing more. But actually, Lord Krishna is Sarva Karana Karanam, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigra, Anadiradi Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. So he is the cause of all causes. In fact, everyone, of course, is Ishvara. In my life, I am Ishvara. In my office, maybe for a small team, I am Ishvara. Or in my home, I am Ishvara. There are so many control. Indra is a Ishvara. He's a controller. But the supreme Ishvara is Lord Krishna. So even we can see in like in the government, there are, like mayors, then we have governors, then we have, secretaries, all those things, like, MPs and all. But ultimately there is a president. So that is just for one country. So other countries like world, universe, there are hundreds and thousands of these universes. And all these universes are just part of one small portion, right? Because in one universe itself, we have 14 planetary systems, and each planetary systems has hundreds and thousands of planets. And like that, there are hundreds and thousands of universes. Get, when Lord Krishna takes a breath, right? All these, Mahavishnu, right? So hundreds and thousands of universes get animated, but all these together are just one-fourth of, of the spiritual planet. So that way we can see that, all these material bodies cannot perform any wonderful acts like what Lord Krishna did. He even when he was like 2, 3 years old, he was able to, get rid of all these demons, Putana, Chakatashvara. He was like days or weeks old. So that way we can see that Lord Krishna, his body is Sachidananda Vigraha. This is confirmed even in Vedic literature. So despite all these transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna, it's full of bliss because Sachidananda Vigraha. So that way we can see that, and even in this 48th verse, Lord Krishna says that Lord Krishna concluded revealing that his universal form, and they informed Arjuna that this form is not possible to be seen by many pious activities or anything like that. Mm. So that's my understanding. And in the 48th, Lord Krishna also says that who is a godly person, right? Only devotees with such divinity, like pure souls. Other qualifications are not sufficient to see the Lord Krishna's Shama Sundara form. By charity, penance, you can see the universal form, but not this. So the Vedas, right? We have 4 Vedas, 18 Puranas, Upanishads, and of the greatest Upanishad is the Bhagavad Gita Upanishad, and the Vedanta Sutras, and even in the Sutras we have so many sutras, Kalpa Sutra. I don't even recall all the sutras for studying methods of sacrifice. The pious activities. We can do like uh, many sacrifices we do, right? All these, yeah, and the tapasya, charity. These are all very good. It gets us to the Shuddha Sattva, right? But we have to become a devotee. For becoming a devotee, we need bhakti. So even the impersonalists who are imagining to see the universal form are unable to see, the Shamasundara form, uh, because some of them are impersonalist, not bhaktas. So in that, that's what Krishna explains. Devotees do not want it to see this universal form, although they are qualified to see. They're always satisfied and, in fact, hankering to see Lord Krishna in his Shamasundar form. And of course, for pure devotees, they can see Lord Krishna anytime. Just they close their eyes, they can see Lord Krishna for pure bhaktas. So that's my understanding. Anybody would like to add anything? Yes, we can see that even earlier also, partial universal form Lord Krishna showed even to, Bhishma, Drona, and in fact he wanted to show to Duryodhana also, but he did not had that vision. Okay, anybody would like to add anything? Okay, if not, we can read maybe one more. Anybody would like to read this shloka? Okay, I'll first read and then make.
I
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Bhagavad Gita 11.53. नाहं वेदर्न तापस्य नादानेन न चेजया साख्या एवं विदो द्रष्टुं दृष्ट्वा भानसि मम यथा. Back to Prabhu, Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. Anybody else would like to try?
I can try, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Uh, नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा न दानेन न चेज्यया शक्य एवं विधो द्रष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else would like to try?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare
I
Krishna.
can try. Done with pranam. Naham vederna tapasa na danena na chejaya shakya evam vido drishtavan asi mam yatha. Hare Krishna.
Correct. Thank you. See, anybody else would like to try?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare
Shall I
Krishna.
read bit, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Naham vedairna tapasa na danena na chejyaya. Sekya evam vido drashtum. Drushtavanasi mam yata. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam
Correct.
Prabhuji.
Then anybody else like to try again? Okay, I'm on screen. Naham vedena tapasa nadanena cha chejyaya sakya evam vido drishtvana mam yata. Thank you. Okay, we can continue with synonyms and translation. Anybody would like to read?
I can read.
Yeah, please, Prabhuji.
Synonyms: na, never; aham, I; Vede, by study of the Vedas; na, never; tapasa, by serious penances; na, never; danena, by charity; na, never; cha, also; ijyaya, by worship; sakya, it is possible; evam vidha, like this; drastum, to see; drastavan, seeing; asi, you are; mam, me; yata, as. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. Hare Krishna Bhakti.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody would like to read the purport?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna first appeared before his parents Devaki and Vasudeva in a four-handed form, and then he transformed himself into the two-handed form. This mystery is very difficult to understand for those who are atheists or who are devoid of devotional service. For scholars who have simply studied Vedic literature by way of grammatical knowledge or mere academic qualifications, Krishna is not possible to understand, nor is he to be understood by persons who officially go to the temple to offer worship. They make their visit, but they cannot understand Krishna as he is. Krishna can be understood only through the path of devotional service, as explained by Krishna himself in the next verse. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Would you like to add anything?
Um, I think it's just like in the previous verse, Prabhuji, have you've covered it. Even Shalini Mataji explained it so well. Just what I've understood from this, Prabhuji, is even when you have when one has that the drashti of like through devotional service for Krishna, like even his parents, then even they asked him to um, come into the two-handed, like Shama Sundar form, and just as Arjuna asked him to return to his his original form, and instead of the universal form. So from what I understand, like even in the world out there, there's people. Even I've been asked this that you know like it says here that even people that go to the temple don't understand Krishna because sometimes we get so absorbed in just praying and following like the whatever steps we've been given, and we forget everything Krishna himself, what he's about and what he said. And even if we remember or memorize the verses of Bhagavad Gita, and everything, even those don't understand Krishna. So as as all of you devotees have mentioned many times, it's impossible to completely truly understand Krishna. But there is the light of hope, and that is through our spiritual master, and our Guru Parampara. If we follow what because they've understood Krishna to the best. And so if we walk on their path, then and we follow their words, it's like the prescription that Srila Prabhupada has given, then we can reach somewhere close to that understanding that they have of, seeing Krishna with our hearts and hearing Krishna with our ears through Shravana. Um, that's all I've understood, Prabhuji. Please, you enlighten me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderfully explained. Yes, Mataji. Anybody else would like to add anything? Yeah, here we can see that Lord Krishna even appeared first before, Devaki and Vasudeva in the four-handed form. And then they requested him, to become an ordinary child with a two-handed form, because they were scared that if somebody sees in that form, of course, they wanted to protect their child. But, Krishna is the God of all gods, cause of all causes. So, sometimes, for normal people, atheistic people, they don't understand this. It is very difficult. But for scholars who have simply studied the literature also, for them also, it is very difficult to understand, because they think, everything they think logically. But sometimes, our senses are not perfect. Sometimes we can see that even a dog can has a better senses than us. So that doesn't mean that a dog is greater than us. So, he has to be understood with bhakti. Only with bhakti one can understand Krishna. Only with bhakti we can cross this ocean of material, right? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Krishna says that even if a small calf, has a hoof print, right, of that water, so bhakta can easily pass like that. Otherwise, it is very difficult for a common man to cross over this material world, going to the spiritual world. So, but a bhakta can easily do it. So, in that way, we can see that the two-armed form, cannot be seen by anyone. As we just even here it is the translation, the form you're seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying Vedas or penances or charity or worshipping. It is not by these means. So Krishna is clearly explaining. So even if we sometimes go to the temples just for the most, even in fact I'm talking myself, before coming to Krishna consciousness, we're going to temple as a ritualistic activity. Of course, we go, almost every day there was a temple near our home. We used to go there, and we used to, but it was like a ritualistic activity. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, we reading, Prabhupada books in the Association of Devotees, we can understand that, what bhakti really means. So only by the path of devotional service one can reach to the Supreme Lord. Anybody would like to add anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji very nicely explained about the importance of devotional service. And without that, as Prabhupada is telling, that one can go to worship, go to the temple to offer their prayers, but what is need is the devotional service, as well as in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is, this is his bani, his song, and he directly instructed Arjuna. So Lord Krishna, through Bhagavad Gita, we are able to know who is Krishna and what is his philosophy, and what he is telling to Arjuna, what's the instruction as a guru is giving to his disciple Arjuna, because Arjuna was previously, he was the Sakha, he was the friend of Krishna, cousin, brother of Krishna, and then he became in the war of Kurukshetra, in the battlefield, when he was totally perplexed, seeing all his relatives, and then that time Krishna told him the Bhagavad Gita, and he showed his universal form in this 11th chapter, so important. And he also answered all the questions, all the queries of Arjuna, because Arjuna had doubt before, and but Krishna, with lot of patience, he has, and then he answered everything to Arjuna, and that way Arjuna become the devotee of Krishna and a disciple of Krishna, and he surrendered himself completely to Krishna, and he then started his prayers. So so everything is coming through a guru, the disciplic succession, Guru Parampara, and through Guru Parampara, we are getting this Krishna Prema through our gurus, through our acharyas. So that is why, and the among the other all the yogas, as Prabhupada mentioned, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga is the highest, and it's very easy to attain in this Kali Yuga by the chanting the holy names, and this is the utmost important, to chant the holy name, and through this holy name one become a devotee, and when they become a devotee through the devotional, then their service attitude will increase, and through that service attitude, we'll get to know Krishna, and then we'll able to love Krishna. And when, so our final goal is to get the madhurya rasa, as we discussed in the morning class one day. Vamsi Bilas Prabhuji explained that yes, we are in the servitorship, that's the beginning, but ultimate goal is to get the madhurya rasa, the love for Krishna, and which come through La Radharani, the Ladini Shakti. So that is why it is so important to realize the love of Krishna, to know Krishna, who is he, that Prabhupada is telling, who is Krishna. It's very important to know. And from then on, we'll able to do that deep, intense bhakti to Krishna. Whereas the other people who do not have love for Krishna, they just can philosophically talk about Krishna, give Krishna's about Krishna without the feelings. So feelings for Krishna is very important. We can feel Krishna in our heart. We can feel Krishna through Prabhupada's book, and to know Krishna, who is he, with the Srimad Bhagavatam, all his leelas. So that is so important for um, for the devotional service to cultivate. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, back to you. Please correct, add or correct. Hare Krishna.
Ribo, thank you so much, Mataji. You covered very nicely all the very important topics, and wonderfully mentioned about how Vamshilas Prabhu mentioned about the prema aspect. Yeah, ultimately, with all the 9 processes of the 9 steps, we have to reach there, but we have to start somewhere, and we have to make sure that we chant nicely. Prabhupada has given us very a simple process, but not easy. That's what Prabhupada says. Chanting the holy name of the Lord every day, like Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purnashukta, Nityamukta, Pinnatvam Namanam. The Krishna's name and form are non-different. So that's why in this Kali Yuga, the only way is through chanting the holy names. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gadave. Only by taking Harinam. That's why it is told thrice. Sometimes, when we hear once, we don't pay attention. Twice, thrice, so only by Harinam we can get crossed over this, material world. Yeah. Thank you much. Anybody would like to add anything?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for explaining so well, and Baswati Mataji as well explained so beautifully about how feelings for Krishna are so important. It was so beautifully said. Thank you.
Yes. So that's why it is very important for us to read Srila Prabhupada, purports, translations, Bhagavad Gita in the association of devotees. Because every time we read the same shloka, we get different realization. And when we are reading in the association of devotees, each devotee has, deeper, some devotees have deeper, understanding or a different, and we can look at. That's why we have to read specifically Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, because anyone who wants to approach the Supreme Lord Krishna Loka, the Goloka Vrindavan, needs to have the Ananya Bhakti. Without Ananya Bhakti, it is very difficult. Only most purified devotional service, the Bhakti can free us from Janma and Karma, executed without any envy. So whatever we do, we need to, as Baswati Mataji said, we have to have that seva attitude. Try to serve. I mean, don't expect anything. Try to serve, and of course, in this month, this is Gita Jayanti month, right? Try to distribute as many, Bhagavad Gitas as possible in this month, and we have a lot of inventory and all languages. If you need any a language, please let us know. We'll get it to you. And we are doing on the not this the 13th, under the leadership of Vice Grace Shubhalas Prabhu. We'll be celebrating Gita Jayanti, Gita Yajna at our Mahesh Prabhu's farmhouse. Yes, Mataji, you would like to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if we had signed up on that form, w- would you, and we selected a certain zip code, is it like if you were to be at a certain program, is that where you would give us the books?
Yes, ma'am. Generally, what we do is, we and distribute books. We'll keep some books with in New Tampa area, some books in, maybe you are in Wesley Chapel, right? You can
Yes,
keep some books in Wesley Chapel,
yes.
and we will tell them that if they want some book in that area, we will ask them to contact you.
Okay, yeah, I just gave one to my friend. She was so interested, and it was so I feel like I want to give one to her husband and other, and now I'm thinking I could give it to more people.
Yes, yes, mother. Yeah,
So,
we should.
that's why
Right.
on the form I had written 15 English books and three Gujarati and one Hindi, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
sure, Mataji.
but
Yeah,
if yeah, if we can coordinate Prabhuji, and then I can that way. Also, what is our goal if we have one as for Tampa?
our
ISKCON?
goal is Mataji. I mean, at least minimum 1,000 to 1,500. For the whole year actually.
Oh,
But
okay, okay.
I would say 50% or 60% generally we try to do in this month.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So and that's why we try to go to Patel Brother. In fact, last year we had opportunity to do in that New Tampa Taza Mart also, but due to some somebody else something happened, but they stopped us also. But anyway, I'm asking them again. Let's see. Hopefully, they will
And
consider.
Prabhuji, what about India Festival? If we can have a stall there, like our ISKCON
Yeah,
temples,
yeah, we
like
can do Mataji. Yeah, if we have a good
there's like so
contact.
many people that go there,
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Last year we did it. Uh,
Oh, okay, great.
yeah, they were asking $600 last year. Also, we paid, but
Oh,
sometimes
wow.
it was a little expensive. But yeah, we will do any other opportunities. Any opportunity we have, we go there. So if you know any festival or anything like that, and they
Yeah,
allow, yeah, nominal fees we can pay. But yeah, that way, yeah, anybody knows anything like that, please let us know.
yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah. Okay, anybody would like to add anything? And we can distribute some of the books at Patel, Patel Brothers, or some grocery stores, or at some restaurants, Indian restaurants. Like- sorry, some Prabhuji, you were saying something.
Hare Krishna, Dandavaturanam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
And
Dandavat
due to this, our Bhagavad Gita Yajna, I could not attend because you know my problem.
Yes,
So I deeply requested Lord Sri Krishna, and why can't I study complete Bhagavad Gita today? So I
yes.
have taken challenged and I have completed 11 adhyayas, 11 chapters completed, Prabhuji. As
Hari
an
Bol.
as an yesterday, I have completed complete 700 slokas, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Wow, Hari Bol.
Just now you have mentioned Prabhuji, so I want to share with you all our devotees. Every time is also new. What is that? New thrilling in our Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday I have deeply studied about the 17th chapter. In that Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Guna. You see, I have studied so many times. I have studied 35 to 40 times, complete 700 slokas, because it is very, very interest to me. Nobody has told me to study like this. Even though yesterday I got a very good experience that Sattva, Rajas, Tamoguna, that yesterday I have gone through in depth. So since yesterday I am requesting Lord Sri Krishna, give me Sattoguna to all my parents, relatives, and my Tampa and ISKCON devotees. So I want only, I don't want anything. Please give me Sattva. That's all. This is my personal experience regarding Bhagavad Gita Yajna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah, yeah, you are inspiration for us.
No,
To
no, no. I am a small man before you, maybe aged than you, but in intellectually, philosophically, you are bigger than me.
no, 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 Prabhuji, not at all. I know we
And
are all.
also, I don't know well English also. I
Oh,
may speak
well,
faults also. Please excuse my English.
yeah, I know, no problem, Prabhuji. It's just a language. Bhakti is more important than anything.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, anybody would like to add anything before we pause for the day? Okay,
Very
one
nice discussion, Prabhuji. Subal Prabhuji ki
second.
jai.
All devotees ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Prabhuji is Raghu Prabhu is Raghu Prabhu here. Prabhuji, will you be able to take lead class tomorrow, Prabhu?
Yeah, okay. I can try. Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Hari bol. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Srila Srimad Bhagavad Gita study ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all devotees ki jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji and Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat